Good afternoon. Hello to everyone. I have decided to introduce our channel. Our channel is called Ana Nekongo. I'll spell it to you. A-N-A space N-E space K-O-N-G-O. Ana Nekongo. That is the name of our channel. And if you enter YouTube, on your right side there's a bell there. Click the bell, register, become part of this channel. The song playing is a song made by one of our ancestors that was part of the Kingdom of Congo. You can hear the instrument being used. The sounds are a bit different. And the language used is called Kongo. Kongo is the name of our language. The tribe is called the tribe of Kongo. The reason why I'm introducing this channel to you, I'd like to speak about this kingdom and would like the story behind this kingdom to be known worldwide. There's history behind this kingdom. Kingdom of Congo was the first kingdom discovered by the European. It's called the Kingdom of Congo. I know nowadays people talk about Congo, Congo Democratic, Congo Brazzaville. And people sometimes confuse Congo Democratic, Congo Brazzaville, and then I'm coming with the name Kingdom of Congo. Let me break it down for you. Congo Democratic, Congo Brazzaville, Gabon, and part of Cameroon was the Kingdom of Congo, was part of the Kingdom of Congo. Before the European discovered this kingdom, before the European went to Africa to divide the Kingdom of Congo, to make it Angola, to make it Congo Democratic, to make it Congo Brazzaville, to make it some of it, to make it Gabon, and some land to go to Cameroon. Because if you go to Cameroon, you see the people from Douala, they are descendants of the Kingdom of Congo. And today we have Democratic Republic of Congo. Half of Democratic of Congo come from the Kingdom of Congo. They are descendants of Kingdom of Congo. And you find out that I think 80% of Congo Brazzaville, or I'll say the whole country Congo Brazzaville, come from the Kingdom of Congo. And I'll come up with probably 3 or 4 videos. You realize if you go to Cuba, in Cuba, they talk about the music. They talk about the salsa, they talk about the tango, they talk about rumba music in Cuba. And you find people in Cuba says they are descendant of the kingdom of Congo. They were the slaves that were taken away from the kingdom of Congo, taken to uh, 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 to Cuba. If you go to Brazil, you find, for example, if you go to Bahia, you find people in Bahia, they proclaim to be the descendant of Kingdom of Congo. They are not descendant of Congo Republic or Gabon, but the kingdom. Before the European went to discover Africa, Congo Democratic did not exist. Gabon did not exist. Congo Brazzaville did not exist. Cameroon did not exist. But the kingdom of Congo, where I come from, did exist. And the king was called Nzinga Kuvu. We have the history in the Bible. I'm not going to contradict the Bible. I'm not going to talk about other things. But I'll make a point. In Palestine, we had habitants there. People lived in Palestine. The Gentiles, the Moors, the Falash, all those people lived there. In those ancient days, I'm talking about Palestine. I'm not getting involved in your history, dividing, whatever it is, but I'm talking about my kingdom. I'm trying to bring something from the Bible to make you think. But I'm talking about the original people of Palestine. I'm talking about the Gentiles, the Falash, the Mu, all those race, the 12 tribe of, because they were all blacks, live in those days. Because Palestine was part of paradise. Egypt was part of paradise. Jordania, Mesopotamia, Saudi, some of this, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Ethiopia. Those days, the language spoken in Ethiopia was called Aramaic. And up to now, still the language spoken. We know the Bible tells us that Moses is supposed to take his children, the children of God, to a promised land called Cana or Ken, whatever it's called. They never reached there. After Moses, those people left. And the people that left Palestine those days, because they were promised to be taken to the promised land, as they left Palestine, those people went on foot. Some died along the line. Some stayed in Egypt, multiplied in Egypt. Some end up in Liberia. Some end up in South Africa. And those people went to the kingdom of Congo. I'm talking about the kingdom of Congo. I'm not talking about the republic. Those days, the European did not know Africa. They knew there were oceans, there were seas. They knew, but they never knew down the oceans there were human beings. They had no clue. I'm talking about the ancient time. I'm talking about the true history. If you go to Peru, those Latinos countries, you go to those islands, Caribbean islands, you'll find the descendants of the Kingdom of Congo. The music I played here in the beginning of this program was the music played by the descendant of Kingdom of Congo. That music came from Angola, which is my country, because those days the king of the Kingdom of Congo was living in Mbanza, Congo. Today, Mbanza, Congo is part of Angola. And as I said to you, where those people came from, those people, they were the true children of God. Come from the ancient time, the time of Egypt, of Ethiopia. They were the children that meant to go to the promised land, as Moses could not make it. Elias could not make it. All those who came, no one could take them to the promised land. But those who believe in God from that creation, they were guided by God. God took them to the Kingdom of Congo. The Kingdom of Congo was the only place you'll find every resources that the world will need was in the Kingdom of Congo. So when you heard the Bible saying the children of God that were being guided by Moses will be taken to the promised land, the promised land was no other place than the Kingdom of Congo. In 1400, the Europeans decided to follow the ocean to see what was down there. Only in 1400, the Portuguese, those days, were able to make the wooden boat, because they were the power those days. The Portuguese were able to navigate along, following the ocean, trying to discover what was in the other continent that they did not know. That's how the Portuguese end up in a coast called Soyo. In that coast called Soyo, there was a governor there, was called Mani Soyo. Mani Soyo was the governor of the Kingdom of Congo, was called Nzingaku. It was a kingdom, the only kingdom and the first kingdom in Africa. That kingdom had a king. That kingdom knew what God was. That kingdom did not know Christianity, but they knew God existed. And that God was called Nzambian Pungu. I'm trying to elaborate what happened when the Europeans find the Kingdom of Congo. Those days, slavery did not exist, sorry. Slavery was not existent at those days. The inhabitant of that kingdom, which I'm one of the descendants, did not know that Europe existed. A different race existed because they never seen any. Being what we are, loving, caring, suddenly in the coast of soil, we see a boat parked, and the European, strange by seeing a different race, they decided to approach them. According to the history, some of them were even ill, were sick. So they went to see Manisoyo. Manisoyo was the governor of Soyo. That land was called Soyo those days. He was the governor there because here the king was in Mbanza, Kongo. It was a kingdom, a massive land. As you can see today, we have Congo Democratic, we have Congo Brazzaville, we have Gabon, we have Cameroon, we have Angola. It was only one thing, Kingdom of Congo. When the Scottish called Stanley came, it was later on, around 1600 or 1800. When Livingstone came, it was around 1800. When the United Nations got involved, it was around 1800. Before that, the Kingdom of Congo existed till the Portuguese came, discovered the black race lived somewhere. And amongst them, people were sick. And the governor said, we can treat them. They used the old ancestral medicine to treat those European. I rather use European than saying white. They were treated, they were all cured. They felt better. They were shocked. As usual, the first thing they wanted to know what was used to treat them. They took note of the names. They took note of everything as usual. They stayed with them. They realized that these people were so organized. They had skin of lions. They had skin of leopard. They had everything there. And they were wondering, how would you be able, you have no weapon. How would you be able to kill a lion? How would you be able to kill a leopard? They were shocked. A human being could go kill a leopard, could go kill a lion, could go kill those dangerous animals. And the governor that time was wearing gold. He had diamonds, his rings or whatever it was to certify that he was higher than other people. They had priests. They had teachers that were there to educate the people. And what the Portuguese did, they decided After discovering, seeing all those things, they decided to come back to Europe, reorganized themselves, and went back with boat full of weapons. When they went back to Simani Kongo, that was the governor said, listen, I've got someone more powerful than me, so I have to introduce you to the king. They were taken to Mbanza, Kongo, to see the king. This time, they started with the slavery. They started killing our people. They wanted to take over the kingdom by forcing our people to obey the rules, the orders, and war started from there. But Africans, as usual, kind, caring, loving, receive them when they first appear in those coasts. They put them up. They feed them. They treated them. They took care of them. But what they did in return, they learned what people could do to make them happy, prepared themselves, went back, get a weapon to come to start killing us and take over the land. The history I'm telling now, the story I'm telling now, the history of the Kingdom of Congo is not known. We want this to be known to the people. That's how the slavery started. What they did, the first thing in their mind, they wanted to teach the king Christianity. They wanted to change the people. What they did, they took the king to Portugal, replaced the king by his son. They went to Portugal to baptize the king, give him the name, the European name, Alfonso I. Alphonse the First. That was the name given to a king after being baptized in Portugal, and they taught him the language. When he came back, he started speaking Portuguese. He was able to communicate between the Portuguese and us. The next thing is, the Europeans start coming. Livingstone came. Stanley came. The English, the Scottish got involved. As they normally do, when they discover something, they write down, they take it back to their own people. The history was known that they found the black race there. They don't know God. They have to change them to teach them Christianity. They baptized our God, our king. They decided to divide the land. When the king came, told the people that we have to change. He has gone and seen different life. We have to live like those people. Our people say, no, we don't know any other God except. In those days, our people could talk to God directly. As I'm telling you, me speaking to you, I know how to stop the rain. I do, because my grandparent introduced me and had shown me how to stop the rain. I can move the rain if there's a big occasion and the sky is dark, it's going to rain. I can invoke coal, the God, the true God of my ancestors, to move the rain. I can stop the rain till the celebration finish, and then we are all gone. The rain can drop, or I can move it somewhere else. The Kingdom of Congo has a language called Kikongo. The Kingdom of Congo has the music, the traditional music. Example, the music I put in the introduction of my channel. The song was sung in Kikongo, our language. The instrument used. And here in England, we're trying to rebuild the band that can play this music in our language and with all the instrument that was used by our ancestors. We're getting support from Lambeth, and I hope this will carry on till, with the blessing of the Almighty, we'll be able to bring this band to the people, to the English people. I hope our history will be known to the English and worldwide. The European, with the help of the United Nations, decided to divide the Kingdom of Congo, that was the promised land. They made it Democratic Republic of Congo. They made it Angola. And the kingdom where the king was living those days is still in Angola. And every power from God, everything is still there. The mystic of the Kingdom of Congo is still there in Mbanza, Congo, in Angola, where I come from. The Catholic Church came to Kingdom of Congo, brought war. They killed our people because we did not accept their God. That's where came the War of Umwila. The first black cardinal in Rome, the Catholic Church, came from the Kingdom of Congo. A lot of things in the Catholic Church are not known, not said to the world, came from the Kingdom of Congo. As I'm speaking to you, we have the son of our king, our prince in Rome. When he went to see the Pope to speak to him, he died there. The Pope gave a big celebration, a big mass in Roma, the biggest mass, and they kept the body. If you go to Roma, you ask about Negrito. They made a statue of Negrito. He was the son or the grandchild of our king, the Kingdom of Congo. He's exposed in Roma. The body of our king, when he passed away, is in Roma, kept in Roma. A lot of our ancestors had the power of the kingdom. When they passed away, the Catholic took the body, kept it in Roma. And up to now, the Pope of the Catholic Church still travel to go to the Kingdom of Congo, where the king lived, where all the mystic of Congo was. It's still there in Mbanza, Congo, which is now part of Angola, because they divided the Kingdom of Congo. They made Democratic Republic of Congo. They made the Congo Brazzaville. They made Gabon. They made some the part took it to Cameroon. So we have our people in Congo Democratic, in Congo Brazzaville, in Gabon, and some people living in Cameroon. They call the Douala. They are the Bakongo. And where the king and every mystic of the kingdom is still in Angola, where the king lives. And up to now, we still have the king. Every day, every time one of the descendants pass, they always bring someone that replace the king, that control the power. But the world, because they control Angola, the president, they don't give Angola or Angolan president the power to bring that kingdom out to be known to the world. Only 2 years gone, we've been recognized by UNESCO. Imagine the history of the Kingdom of Congo. I've not finished yet. I have a lot to tell about this kingdom. In England here, we have an association where we teach our language. We have a band that is getting help from Lambeth, and I hope they will keep supporting us till the band comes out, play the music, the ancient music. And Peter Gabriel, the English artist Peter Gabriel, knows about a band called Konono. And Konono was a band made by the refugees that left Angola during the independence, went to Democratic Republic of Congo, where they're fighting the Portuguese for Angola to become independent. That was the band that played the music you heard in the beginning. And that's the band we're trying to reform. And once it's done, you see the band. You hear the music. And Peter Gabriel know about this music. Thank you to the world. Our channel is called Ana Ne Congo. Please subscribe to our channel, and I will tell you everything about the Kingdom of Congo. Bless you all. We are all over the world. In Cuba,